Funny thing, of all the sports, though, it was football in the 60s that suddenly seemed to acquire glamour. And if you had to name the top box office draws in the British game, not many people would disagree with the lineup we have here tonight. Gordon Banks, Peter Osgood, Dennis Law, Rodney Marsh, and for your delight once more, the magic of George Best.
Styles, trying to work a position, Best gets it there!
Rodney Marsh, we know, of course, that you and George are mates, but to assess him professionally, where does he stand in the history of the game?
Well, I think there was a period there, Michael, for about 2 years, around 66, 67, and maybe even 68 and 69, where George Best was the greatest player in the world. Just a magnificent talent and a great showman.
George, what was it like being the very first sporting superstar?
It was terrific. It was, you know, it was lovely. I mean, I know everyone, all the people here, we talk about the swinging 60s, and it really was, particularly in sport. I mean, apart from the World Cup, which is tremendous from the English point of view, we you know, Celtic won the European Cup in 67, we won it in 68. But it was great. You know, you've mentioned the lads that are here, and every team in those days had 3 or 4 great personalities and great stars who went out to entertain, and it's changed a little bit, unfortunately, but the 60s really was a little bit special from a sporting point of view.
Now, Peter Osgood, of course, you were with Chelsea Football Club, which was right at the end of the King's Road, so there you are in the trendy headquarters, really.
Yeah, it was a super time, an exciting time for English football, as you say. They got to the World Cup and different things. Also, Chelsea got to 5 finals from 65 to 72 out of 8 years, which was a tremendous time for us. And also, in them days, it was if you were playing Manchester United, unfortunately, the opposing side, George Best used to turn up.
Now, before the decade was over, football and pop music had become synonymous with the swinging scene. And to hear more about what Sandy Shaw got up to with Andy Warhol, join us after the break.
There are very few cars like the Rover 200 series. But there are no other cars quite like the new Rover 220 Turbo Coupe. Rover 200. It's everything you expect and much, much more. For further details, call 0800 145 245.
When it comes to the acid test, Andrew's antacid tablets help relieve heartburn, acid indigestion, and trapped wind.
Suck 'em and see.
Toothpaste, razors.
Bread, milk, coffee, Coke. Tea bag.
Tea bags, 4 chips, 2 sandwiches, 2 pasties.
Shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant.
Newspaper. Dog food. Dog food. Crackers.
Cat food.
Cat food. 4 chips.
Cakes.
2 sandwiches. Steak.
Cherry slices.
Oh, cherry slices. 2 pasties. Newspapers.
Esso has more forecourt shops than anyone else, where you can fill up with whatever you need, whenever you need it.
And,
All you have to do is remember what you wanted.
Did you remember the crackers?
Call 0800 445533 or your Advert travel agent.
Every time you turn on a light or turn the heating up at night, when you boil a kettle for tea or run a bath, you use energy. CO2 gas escapes into the air and makes a greenhouse way up there. Not all of the heat that builds up can get out, and that's what global warming is all about. When I'm Daddy's age or thereabouts, some places could start having storms and droughts. The sea might rise and animals die. It'll all be sad, but it will be too late to cry.
Dunham is all